is Buki, and I'm one of the sewing instructors at Western Sewing Repair Hub in Toronto. So welcome to the virtual class. Today we're going to be learning about how to make scissors pouch, a pouch for your scissors. So if you have a scrap fabric, something really small, you feel like you can't use it for anything else, and you just want to throw it away, you might not just do that yet. There might be something you can do with it. So this scissors usually comes with a plastic pouch, and it doesn't even last long. Most times it just tear or something within a couple of days of using it. And for people that have kids or old people, it's not usually very safe to have the scissors out like this. So you can make a pouch for your scissors by yourself. So what do we do? What do we need to make that? First, we need A4 paper, scrap. This is scrap, it's not even useful. And then we need a fabric. We need pins. And today I'm going to be using a sewing machine. But if you don't have a sewing machine, that's fine, because you can also use hand needle. As long as you use back stitch, which is for permanent stitches, you're going to be good. So you need thread, and if you're using hand stitch, you need needle and thread. But today I'm going to be using a sewing machine because I don't want the video to be too long. So you might be wondering why we need A4 paper. It's just to make a pattern, and I'm going to show you how to make the pattern. So if you want to make a scissors pouch, first thing you do is to check if your scissors can fit on the paper. Like this one, it fits so perfectly on the paper. So put it diagonally. If it fits, it means you're good to go. But there are some scissors that are so big they wouldn't fit on A4 paper. It means you need a bigger paper, but usually this is a regular size scissors, so it's fine, you can use this one. So the first thing you do is to fold it diagonally, making sure that this end and this end are together, and then you have a pointed edge. So you fold diagonally this way. This is the first step. You fold this way, and then you fold it again. So there's going to be an overlap. You're still going to have a pointed edge, but there's going to be an overlap. So this is what you have. So if you want to hang your scissors maybe on your spoon rack, maybe in the kitchen, it's probably kitchen scissors or something, you can make a loop and just put it right here at the top. So to make a loop and put it right there, you need to fold this down. So you're gonna cut that out. So we're gonna put the loop right here, and then you can hang it. So that's your scissors pouch. So I know it looks really basic with the paper and all that, but when we make a scissors pouch, when we actually make it with the fabric, you're gonna appreciate it more. So this is like our pattern right now, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this one out, this small part out. You don't have to cut it out, you can leave it, doesn't matter, but for me I'm gonna cut it out so as to make it easier for everyone to see. So now I cut this one out already. Now I have a pouch pattern, scissors pouch pattern. So I can open this up and use this to cut my fabric. So I have this fabric right here. I have a small fabric. Now I have decided to use a double fabric because one is pattern, the other one is plain. So I'm using a double fabric. The first one is pattern, the other one is plain. So I can choose which side I want to reveal. I can choose to reveal this side. I can choose to reveal this side. If you're just joining us, I'm just explaining how you can make a scissors pouch. So I can choose to use this side or this side. So we have the pattern already. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the pattern on the fabric. So it doesn't matter which side you're using, you can just put any side up. So I'm going to put a pattern on the scissors fabric, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this edge because that's the only cutting that I have to do right now. So I'm just going to cut this edge out. And that's it. Now I don't need this pattern anymore. I can just leave it on the side, and I'm going to join this one together. I'm going to join the two fabrics together on the edges, and I'm going to leave one edge, this edge that is opposite the cut. You have the cut right here. This edge, I'm going to leave it open. I'm not going to close the edge. I'm not going to sew the edge together. So while I'm sewing this, I have this small loop. So I'm just going to attach this loop to the edge that I cut, and that's what you're going to use to hang your scissors. So what I'm going to do now is I'll put it right here and pin it down so I don't lose the loop. So you put it together like this, just like this. And I'm gonna pin it to the middle of the edge that I cut out. So that's in the middle of the cutout. I'll put this over it, and I am going to sew from here to here to here. I'll leave one side open. So you're gonna see why I'm gonna leave this side open later. So now off to the machine. Like I said, if you don't have a sewing machine, it's fine. You can use hand needle. But if I use hand needle for this video, it's going to take forever. It's going to be too long. So that's why I'm using a sewing machine. So now we just sew the edges. We close the edges. So my needle is down, and I just lift the machine foot up so I can turn it around. So I'm going to close the second edge. The same thing, the needle is going to be down, and I can turn the fabric around. So now I'm just going to try to take out the pin and close this small cutouts. So now I'm closing the last edge. So we can turn it around now. So we turn the edges around. And this is what I have right here. It looks like a pillow, but it's not. Okay, this is what I have right here. So usually I would advise you iron this first before you go to the next step, but for the purpose of this video, I'm just gonna straighten it out with the edge of the machine. It also works well. If you're in a hurry, you can just do that. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna fold this edge this way. This edge goes this way, and then this edge comes this way. This is why I didn't close the last edge, because I don't want to have a double stitch. So now I have this. The pattern is on the inside, and the plain fabric is on the outside. But I can also do it the other way around, whichever way you prefer. This comes this way, one, and then you fold it again, just like we did for the A4 paper. And then you fold it again. Now I have the plain fabric inside, and I have the pattern outside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew this one down to close the edge. Just like this. I'm going to sew the last edge down just to close it. But before I sew it, I would advise you use iron to, you know, mark like ½ inch in, because that's what you're going to use to close it. You're going to use ½ inch to close it. So because I don't want to get up to go use the iron, I'm just going to use the side of my machine that way, and I'll do the same for the other side also. So it's easier for me to close it when I have the marks on it. It's actually easier if you use a iron. So I folded the side hem. So even without iron, because it's a cotton fabric, it's not silk, it's not some other kind of fabric that is not gonna stay. It's pretty nice. So we fold this side. I like the pattern side, so I'm gonna put the pattern side outside, and then we fold this on top. But if you like the plain side, you can also leave the plain side out. But I like the pattern, so yeah, I'm using the pattern. So I'm gonna sew this edge down. So back to the machine. So this is what we have right here. So what I'm gonna do is show you how it works. I just like my scissors right here. And that's the pouch for my scissors. So I can hang this in the kitchen. I can hang it on the wall right here. I can hang it anywhere, just about anywhere. So if you have small fabric and you feel like, oh, I don't know what to do with this fabric, right here you can make a scissors pouch for yourself to hang just about anywhere. So the hook goes in here and you can hang it anywhere. So you can be creative with this. You can do just about anything you want to do. You can use an overstitch to go around this with an embroidery thread to make a pattern, to make design. You can do just about anything. Just be creative. Do something, whatever you want to do with this. It's flexible. You can do just about anything. So just like that, a scissors pouch. So that's one more thing you can do with your scrap fabric. Instead of throwing it into the garbage, you can just make this. Scissors usually come with plastic case, which doesn't last too long. So instead of leaving your scissors out just like that, and maybe you have kids around, you have people around you that you don't want them to touch any sharp objects, you can make a pouch for it. Now, I'm not saying if you make a pouch, you shouldn't keep your scissors safe, especially when you have kids around. You still have to keep it safe because it doesn't have a zipper or something to just keep it in. So you still have to keep it safe. But then this makes it easier for you to be able to hang it on the wall, maybe high enough for kids not to be able to reach it. And it's pretty. It's like some kind of decoration, you know. So yeah, that's what we have for today. Join us again next week Tuesday for another interesting class. Until then, stay safe. Bye guys.